we are, lesson 68 in part 5, and we're on the GC2 simulator, indoors, but for the last few sections we've been working our way around St Andrews. Now, when Bobby Jones, the great Bobby Jones, won the Grand Slam, he was the true gentleman of his sport. As a younger man in his late teens, he found St Andrews very frustrating, tore up his scorecard, no return, and left the course. You wouldn't associate that with his behaviour. I think that Sam Snead remarked about the St Andrews course that it was a waste of good arable land, a little bit harsh. It took a while for the Americans coming over to appreciate the vagaries and the subtleties of links golf. And Bobby Jones came to say that all his life experiences were what he had at St Andrews. He would have lived a fulfilled and contented life. So he came to love the old course, but it was a love affair that started off with a more than a mild aversion. So here we are on the 17th, the road hole, and the railway line used to run up the right hand side. Now the profile here, this is one of the walls of the hotel, and when they built the wall they replicated the outline of the railway sheds. So although the railway sheds are long gone, today when you play this shot you have the same basic outline. The hotel is too far to your right, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't affect you. You can go into the hotel out of bounds, but basically the contours that you see here are a reflection of the railway sheds as they should have been. So, as I just said to you, it's very easy to hit the ball out into the hotel and you're out of bounds. So, if you've got trouble on the right and you really don't want to go right, then loft is your friend. So I'm going to hit a 3-wood and I'm going to hit the ball down the target line, the white line as you can see on the sim, and I'm going to draw the golf ball. So, off we go, coil and release the draw. Okay, so I've started the ball exactly on the line that I intended and had the merest hint of draw spin. I made the classic mistake of hitting it pure. It surprised us both. But because I had the right club, the ball has moved slightly from right to left. Now the danger is it gets in your head and you overcook it. And if the draw spin becomes too great for you, then you go in the semi-rough. Yes, you'll find your ball, but then you've got an almost impossible shot for your second. If you're going to hit this green in regulation, which is very difficult, you have to take on the railway sheds. And once the ball starts over the railway shed, it doesn't take much fade spin to go in the out of bounds garden of the hotel. So that's why a lofted club is help. Now, if you're feeling confident, go for your driver, but tee the ball up higher than you normally would. Okay, so I'm going to go again. I've now got my 9.5 degree driver. I'm going to start the ball just right of the white line and release the draw for all on that I'm worth. Okay, now you can see I was dicing with death. I went very close to the hotel, didn't really turn the ball over quite as much as I wanted, so I needed about 260, I lost about 20 yards. However, being up the right hand side of the course on this hole is a benefit. So you can see I went a bit more right because of further distance of my driver. Let's just watch that shot again in replay. Okay, so this is the driver. You can see the vapor trail. This is a 3-wood that I just hit with draw. I made a good swing with the driver. Didn't get as much draw spin as I wanted. Dicing with death, but the driver gave me more chance. You can now see I'm at the right hand side. I would have a good chance of getting onto the green in 2 shots. Okay. So, is there any other alternative? Well, there is. I can play a fade. So, I go for a slightly lower tee. If I'm looking for fade, I'm going to tee the ball down with the driver. I always start aiming perfectly, so I'm aiming down the white line. Now I'm going to go around the circle a bit to my right. So everything is now aligned. I'm going to start the ball left of the railway sheds, and then the ball's going to cut. If I play the shot with a 3-wood, I'd probably double cross it and go left and turn left. So let's go again. Perfect alignment, round the circle, the club goes with me, and now I start the ball and fade it. Start the ball left and let it cut. So you can see the ball started more to the left and is fading into play. But there's the price. I'm now in the semi-rough. I've got the devil's own job to make a par. Probably from the left-hand side, I'm going to have to play out to right pin high and try and chip and putt to make my par. So it's a classic hole. The braver you are off the tee, the easier the second shot becomes. If you're really worried about going into out of bounds right, take out your 3-wood, tee the ball up a little bit. When I took the driver and went on for the draw, I teed the ball up just to give myself some help. And then when I wanted to hit a fade on purpose, I took the driver out and teed it down. So you've got choices. The key thing is see the shot in your mind before you hit it. You must see the shot. If you don't choose a shot, if you don't tell your body what to do, you're going to get a poor reaction. You have to see the shot in your mind's eye before you can execute it physically.